You know what? Sales don't have to be sleazy. Hi, I'm Sam, and in this week's weekly mini training, far out, how is that such a mouthful at the moment? In this week's weekly mini training, we're going to be talking all about sales. You see, I was on a training session with Alyssa Martin last week. If you don't know Alyssa Martin, I'll drop a link down below for you. You should go and check her out because her stuff is really good, really down to earth and really useful. But more than that, so the training was about writing a sales page. And by all means, her 10 steps were incredible, and now I want to go and rewrite every sales page I've ever written. But what I loved more than just the step-by-step guide was some of the things that she shared. And one of the biggest things was that selling isn't about pushing, but it's purely about sharing information. So what I really loved is the way that she described that a lot of people, when it comes to sales pages, it's like they're playing a game of poker. It's like they've got something to hide, but it's really not about that. So your sales page is there simply to share information with that person who really wants to buy your product. You're supposed to give them enough information up front to take away as much risk as possible so that they want to buy your product. Now, the truth is that like 98% of the people who land on your sales page maybe aren't ready to buy your product right now or even ever. They're not your ideal client, and that's fine. So really, that sales page is there to talk to the 1 to 2% of people who are your ideal client and who are ready to buy your thing. And so what we want to do is put as much information on that page as we can to show them that there is as little risk as possible. Now, I've said to you guys before, and we've had this chat a lot, that buying, especially online, is all about trust. They have to believe that you can deliver the things you're going to deliver. They have to trust that they're going to get what they pay for. So selling online is a big thing. And the way that Alyssa shared this information just showed that it was true. So rather than playing a game of poker and trying to keep everything hidden, your sales page wants to share everything up front. Now, this is especially prevalent for you guys who are doing courses. If you've got a sales page for a course, you want to make sure everything is on that sales page. That's all of their module breakdown. That's the videos they're going to get, the number of worksheets they're going to get, the type of support they're going to get. Don't leave it as a surprise, because sure, they might get in there and they're like, oh, I get like 10 extra bonus sessions, or I get live calls. How cool is that? But the truth is that you're just going to put people off from buying because they don't realize they're going to get that. Rather than hiding stuff and leaving it a surprise, make sure you clearly explain your bonus freebie stuff on your sales page. Plus you get live calls, plus you get group support, plus you get, just add it all in. This isn't about hiding anything, but this is about putting everything out there so they can make an informed decision. You're not pushing them into anything. They're deciding based on the information you've given them. But if you only ever give them part information, how are they ever going to make a good decision? That's the same then I strongly suggest, and Alyssa just reinforced this, that every page, every sales page should have an FAQ. That's a frequently asked questions section. Now to start with, if you don't have people asking questions, create that based on the questions you think they would ask, or ideally the questions you want them to ask. So that might be questions like, what happens if I don't like it? It might be questions like, what happens if I can't do it? But it might also be questions like, what kind of support do I get? How long do I get to complete the course? What happens if I want a refund? It's all of those sorts of questions. If someone during the sales process emails you and says, hey, I really like your thing, but I'm just curious, and asks you a question, go back and add that question to your sales page so that when the next person is scrolling through your sales page and looking for that information, it's there down at the bottom right in the FAQ section. That FAQ section can be incredibly valuable for answering any of those little niggling thoughts that they may have. Let's face it, if they've gotten all the way to the bottom of your sales page, they're genuinely interested in your thing, and that FAQ is just there to support them and to take away any of that feeling of uncertainty, or just reinforce that feeling of trust. So, what's this mean for you? Well, one, I want to go and rewrite a whole heap of my sales pages, so I'm sure you guys probably do too, but I really want you to think about two things on those sales pages. So one, especially with course creation, guys, is to put everything out on the table. Really let them know what they're getting from you, the numbers of videos, the numbers of worksheets, the type of modules, the type of support they get, how to access that support, how long they get access to the program for. Is it 6 weeks? Is it 12 months? Does it run live for 6 weeks, but they get 12 months access to the content? Just clearly explain everything. This page is about taking away any confusion. It's not about pushing, it's not about sleaze, it's not about selling even, it's about providing enough information so they can make an informed decision. And two, make sure you've got that FAQ section down the bottom. So every time you get someone who asks something, go back and add it to that FAQ section. And a bonus number 3, go and check out Alyssa. She's well worth having a look at. Her sales copy especially is really, really worth looking at, and her 10-step sales process makes everything so much easier. So that's it from me this week, guys. As always, I will see you in the next video. But before I go, make sure you come on over and join the hashtag Real Life Biz group, where we talk about all things that are real life business. And it doesn't always go smoothly. It's not always fun, but it's definitely an interesting journey, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So come on over and join us. I will see you in there. And as always, I will see you in the next video.